Beer here back in the Fantasy Bar. Big Tuesday night slate in MLB. We've got 6 of my favorite plays, including a couple sets of teammates I'm looking at on this slate tonight. A couple great buy lows, especially over on FanDuel. Starting pitcher that's been on fire in the strikeout department. And of course, my favorite play of the night. Who we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack back at it once again. 6 guys fresh off the tap for you for a big Tuesday night MLB. Thank you as always for stopping by and checking out the video. Before we get into the plays, let's knock out the housekeeping first thing. If you enjoy the content, you like hanging out in the Fantasy Bar, free video. All we ask in return, you hit that thumbs up button, you subscribe to the channel, get notified when these videos are coming out, doing football videos, baseball videos, betting videos, lots going on here. Also, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. You hear me talking about it all the time. If you have not checked it out yet, now is the time. The newly released Parlay IQ is live on the site. This thing is a game changer. First of its kind, going to give you all kinds of parlay, same game parlay options and show you what correlates with what to help you build better parlays. This thing is awesome. When you're done with the video, go check it out. Scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, big slate of games starting at 7:05 on both sites. A little bit of weather concerns out there in Colorado, which we ignore anyway. We try to give you some plays outside of the obvious in Coors Field. Also out in Oakland, some potential weather that we will keep an eye on there as well. If we have to make any changes, as always, we will do so in the comment section of the video. All right, that's enough housekeeping. Let's dive into the meat of the video. Let's dive in at second base or third base with Luis Rengifo of the Angels. Now, Rengifo been on fire over the last 3 multi-hit games and a couple 2-home run games as well for him here. Trying to keep up with his much more heralded teammates there in Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. Really like the stack here of the Angels tonight. Rengifo, just too cheap in my opinion, especially sub 3K over on FanDuel. Been very good and productive against lefties. 287 ISO, WOBA north of 400 for this guy. Now Reagan's been a mess against righties. 384 WOBA allowed, big 253 ISO, so giving up power, and our power mix in play as you'd expect at 42 and 34%. Rengifo, solid value to lead us off here tonight. All right, let's go to the outfield next with Eloy Jimenez of the White Sox. Now, strong finish to the season here for Jimenez. 6 multi-hit games for him, 5 home runs just over the past 2 weeks alone. So swinging a very good bat. And this guy, the leader in both ISO and WOBA against righties this season for the Chicago White Sox team. That WOBA really stands out at almost 400 here. Now, Savale, righty on righty, he's had issues at WOBA at almost 350 and ISO north of 200, and power mix in play here as well. 36% fly ball rate, 37% hard contact rate. Eloy Jimenez in a good spot, righty on righty here with Mr. Savale. All right, let's stay in the outfield next. One of my favorite values on the board over on FanDuel, that's Mitch Haniger of Seattle. Now, I don't even hate this DraftKings price. A little priced up over there at almost 5K, but 2,300 for Mitch Haniger over on FanDuel. Really jumped off the page to me. Now, I know the numbers against lefties not as good as we've seen in the past. But you dig a little bit deeper, you see that batting average on balls in play at only 182. So a very low number. Been very unlucky against lefties. You go back simply to last season, you see a WOBA at almost 400 and an ISO way up there at 301. So huge power in this bat against lefties. Now, Sears, very vulnerable to power, as you see by that power mix we're always talking about. North of 40% in both the fly ball rate and hard contact rate. Haniger, sneaky option for you. Simply too cheap and maybe the best value over on FanDuel tonight at just 2,300. All right, let's stay right there with Seattle. We're going to go to the pitching spot with Luis Castillo. Now, you talk about consistency in floor. Castillo has certainly delivered that. We know a lot of upside with this pitcher, but 8 or more strikeouts now in 8 of his last 11 starts. Double-digit strikeout game in there as well. So a nice combination of floor and ceiling, not to mention the matchup does not get much better than the Oakland A's, a team we've given you all the stats on. We know they're one of the worst teams in baseball offensively against right-handed pitching. 6 bats projected to start tonight with a 25% or higher strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. That's good news here for Castillo. His strikeout rate jumps to almost 30% against righties. 6 of these guys projected to be right-handed starters for the Oakland A's. Horrible team A lot of strikeouts available. Luis Castillo, my favorite pitching option here on Tuesday night. All right, back to the bats and back to the infield with third baseman Austin Riley of the Braves. Now, this guy was on an absolute tear. We've talked about him a bunch here in the fantasy bar. Has cooled down a little bit, which has been good. It helps drive the prices back down to a reasonable level. His prices were starting to get up there where it made it tough to play him. These prices make it pretty easy to play a guy with a 376 ISO against left-handed pitching, one of the top numbers in all of baseball. And WOBA approaching 500 for Austin Riley against lefties. And Corbin, always a guy that we target. He has his good games here and there, can be a sneaky pitching option on some slates, no doubt. But against right-handed power, 24 home runs already allowed just to right-handed hitters. Not good here, Austin Riley in a smash spot against Patrick Corbin. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play, free to play. Just get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on DraftKings tonight. For my highest scoring hitter, don't even need to guess the guy. Just got to guess the fantasy points. The closest guess wins themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to check out everything behind the scenes. And while you're there, give me your Beast of the Night. Who's your top play on this Tuesday night slate? Sound off in that comment section here on YouTube. All right, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Tuesday night, you know, Mask, Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to stay right there with the Atlanta Braves against Patrick Corbin. We're going to the outfield with young stud Ronald Acuna Jr., tonight's Beast of the Night. Acuna having himself a good month so far of September. 6 multi-hit games already on the books, and last couple days been good as well. 2 home runs for him over the last 4 games. Now, like we talked about with Mitch Haniger, numbers down a little bit against lefties this season, but let's look at the career numbers for this guy. And he's better against lefties than he is against righties. WOBA at 383, ISO at 249 over his career against lefties. We mentioned the home run struggles for Patrick Corbin. Let's get you some more numbers here. 378, the weighted OBA allowed to righties, and a massive 49.3% hard contact rate allowed. Braves very much stackable here tonight. Ronald Acuna, even as a one-off, my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up with 6 of my favorite plays for Tuesday night in MLB. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter on DraftKings tonight for a shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. Guys, get over to scoresandodds.com/beer. Check out all the great stuff over there, including the new Parlay IQ tool. So much fun to mess around with. Player props, spreads, money line, totals. It accumulates it all over all the games, shows you the best correlations. This thing is awesome. Click that link in the description of the video. Go check it out. Go get signed up today at Scores and Odds. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck on this slate tonight. We'll take a couple days off from baseball. Be back with another baseball video on Friday. NFL videos coming out for week 3, the 6-pack and pints and picks with 2 of my favorite bets of the week later this week. So make sure you subscribe. If you haven't already, click that thumbs up button, guys. Good luck. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist.